All right, La Jolla Farms, episode 3, following our juveniles as they freaking suck this year and no one has broken their maiden. So we're going to drink some coffee out of our La Jolla Farms mug, and we're going to enter the third race here for these horses and see if we can dial on that distance preference a little more and hopefully get a freaking win. All right, so we got our horses, Cerveza, Uno, Dos, Tres, Cuatro, Cinco. We're going to skip Dos because that's the one I screwed up on and entered a second race before the second YouTube video. So we're going to enter the third race here for Uno, Tres, Cuatro, and Cinco as we get into it. So second race for Cerveza Uno. Our first race, we went 10 furlongs. Good. We got a 63 fleet figure, but we ended up 9th out of 12 in that race. We went a little bit shorter that time and went 7. We got fast on the weather, and we moved up to 8th. Whoop-de-doo. You know, we got a 68 fleet figure. A little bit better, but, 8th is not going to cut it. Not even close to the money. We're now minus 1,680 Derby on this horse. But we do got crown stimmies. And let's talk about crown stimmies for a second. We got to be clear on something here. If you're a believer in the photo finish ecosystem, then every race you enter right now at the current Derby entry level that you're entering at, you will never get that much crown stimmy ever again after this season. So the crown stimmies will go down in season 18, then they'll go down in season 19 and 20 and 21. So even if you get dead frickin' last in the race, or as this horse saw, we got 8th, 9th, whatever, we got no Derby, we still got some crown. We got, what we get? 1.4 crown that one, 1.33 crown that one. So we're still getting some crown back. And yeah, like we lost, it's a $10 race, $10.50. We lost money now with crown at, half a, dollar or whatever. I wish it was half a dollar, 40 something cents. But if this game takes off, if we are massively successful and we hit that, multi-billion-dollar market cap valuation, we're a lot closer to break even on this horse. So I'm racing, still on these horses, unless they're total losers and we never win. But we still got a shot here. It's only been 2 races very early. So we did 10, we did 7, we got a higher fleet figure. Let's go shorter than 7 this time, and let's see what kind of comes up for our next race. Again, I'm going to use my preset filters. I'm going to go Maidens 4 to 7 this time. So we did 7 last time. We're looking for shorter. This first one pops up here. Only 2 hours, so we got 2 entries in there. 0% weather, though. It's good. It's 5. It's shorter, so that's good. It's an S max. And there's only 2 entrants. So I like this race. I'm going to enter it. And all we need is one more entrant in this to have it not cancel. And we're going to get a better crown stimmy on this one. The crown gifts could be 3-point-something crown versus those full fields or nearly full fields. We're getting like 1.3, 1.4 or whatever. Now we're going to get a couple crowns. So, you could also strategically with your horses, you're learning as they're new, go for the smaller fields, especially if they're not like the winners right away like this. You may as well get some more crown stimmy. And you got a better chance at hitting the podium, obviously, and getting a little bit of Derby back or even getting a win. So we'll try 5 furlongs for Cerveza Uno here, and we'll see how we do. We're one of the 3 horses entered in this race with 2.5 hours to go. So I hope someone enters that thing and gets us over the hump there. All right, Cerveza Tres. This one, we were at 9 the first race. Or 9 furlong, soft. We're a soft horse. We got 4th out of 12. That's pretty good. And we actually got some Derby back. We were only barely negative on our Derby there. We got 4th place as a good, respectable finish. Wasn't, podium, but close. So we tried a little bit longer because it looked like it was coming on at the end here. And 10 wasn't our thing. We went way down to a 55 fleet figure on this one versus 67. And we got 9th. So could be a couple of things here. Could be this horse is just wildly inconsistent. Could be like a low temper type thing or something. They are both soft, so it's not really a weather thing that we can tell. Horse could have had an off race or whatever. We don't know, but I don't like the direction of getting longer and getting worse. So let's try a shorter race than 9 for this next one for Cerveza Trace. And I'll probably go mid-distance, somewhere in the 6-7 furlong range, S minus Maiden with a decent weather. So here's 8. That's only a little shorter. I already got 2 horses in that race. I don't like that one as much. This one's 6 and 60%. That's not bad. The weather could be better for us. Here we go. 6, 100%. So between these two, if I got a soft horse, I'm going the 100%, weather. If I had no choice otherwise, I might choose the 60% weather because it's not bad. Pretty good chance of going soft. This one's going soft or sloppy, almost guaranteed. That could be good for us. And it's still the 6 furlong distance. It's a bigger field. We got more competition. Actually, the field's the same. 10, 9. Okay, well, yeah, so this is a pretty good race, and it's coming up pretty soon. I don't really need to scroll a lot further. I could look. There's a 7 at 100%. It's a smaller field. You could try that. If I didn't have a horse in that, maybe I'm going for the little bit smaller of a field there, but it might fill up, in the meantime too. I like the 600%. Let's try this and see how we do. So we'll enter the Golden Cup Maiden. Golden Cup. We need a Golden Axe Maiden. Golden Axe 2. Some classic games. All right. Next horse, Cerveza Quattro. So, boom, we got a podium on this one. We got second on our second race here. This is that one, remember, where it's a firm horse. We went with bad weather in the first race, and we still got 5th. But I felt our distance was fairly dialed in because we did pretty well overall, considering it was a soft race. And sure enough, we went just a little bit longer in good conditions this time. We got second. We also led in the first third of the race. We dropped back to 4th. We came back to 2nd. So we're liking the 10 to 11 furlong. We are now a Derby positive horse on this one. So we're making some money, a little bit. And we got our crown gifts in there too. So I like it. And we're going to try and stick with 10-11 again, something like that. I kind of like some of these horses that end up not breaking the maiden for several runs because, you can keep hitting the podium and getting some Derby earnings without going to the next level of competition, which once you've broke the maiden, and we'll get to that once we get there, our race selection's harder. And if this horse maybe can't compete at stakes races, then we got some tough choices to make. So I like it sometimes when they're like this. People are like, oh, why would you not want to win? I get it, but this is not bad. So here we got a couple choices, though. 10 furlongs, 40%. That's a great one. That's tonight, 10:30. Tomorrow, 10, 0%. Even better on the weather. Smaller field, though. 10 a.m. This horse is doing good. I kind of want a bigger field to win more Derby, Tomorrow, in the middle of the day, 11, 40%. Tomorrow, 2:24, 12 furlongs, 20%. Pretty good field. 11 and 80 the next day. 10 and 40 that next day. That one's 11:30 a.m. in a couple days. So I kind of want something I can hit before 11:30 a.m. That excludes this one. So we're looking at this one or that one, because then we can hit one of these ones, and if we don't win, we can hit the next maiden the next day because we have the 24-hour cool down period on the horse. So I'm going to go with just the first one that popped up, the North Face Championship. 10 furlongs, 40% weather, pretty good. We're not afraid of weather, especially on this horse. Pretty good sized field. Let's see if Quattro can do her thing and break her maiden on the North Face Championship. Last one, Cerveza Cinco. Dead last in this allowance. And this is the one this is an A-, so we don't have a lot of maiden choices. We went with the allowance race, and that was no bueno. Probably got beat by a bunch of B's. Let's see what this is. I think it was a, B to A- race. Well, an A-1, Rio Escondido, nice. Queen Zoomer just got crushed here. Absolutely crushed. That one sucks. Okay, this horse might just suck. It was yielding on the weather. That's not really against us or for us. We started out at 8, then dropped to 10th and 11th. That was not good. We did much better on this 4 furlong race. I think it's also mostly the distance we didn't like here. So we did a lot better at the 4 furlong, although our fleet figure is the same, curiously. Well, you never know. So let's go something in the middle of 4 to 8 if we can on this one, because I'm kind of getting a feeling like the distance is not working in our direction here for the longer stuff. Although if you look at our graph, we got 2 even dots right here. Now, a lot of times yielding has a higher fleet figure. It's kind of like a known bug in the system right now. So really, I wonder if we had good, if it would have been like down here, or lower, in which case we'd see that slope and we'd kind of be wanting more of the short races. I'm going to kind of look for like 5-6 furlongs. We'll check if there's a maiden. There might not be for A- in our weather. 5-6 furlong. 80%. No thanks. And we got Trackside Tuesday Maiden. Here we go. 20%. Well, shoot. We can go for the Trackside Tuesday. Entry fee is cheap for a maiden. Even cheaper than those. This horse kind of sucks, so we're still experimenting and learning. We may as well go for this. This is selection committee. So we could get booted from this one. When it has the plus sign next to the horses here, that means that more than 12 can enter, and the automated selection committee will boot you out the second a more qualified horse enters. So we might get an email, sometime before tomorrow that's like, Cerveza Cinco stinks, and she's not racing in race 3, she or he. Yeah, it's a filly. Okay. But I like the 6 and the 20%, and the entry fee is cheap. And a little bit of pick action there. That'd be kind of exciting to watch for some people. So we got this backup 4 and 40%. Here's what I'll do. I might not, if I get booted from that one, I'm gonna try and enter the Bluegrass Championship Maiden instead, and have that 20%. But for now, we got the 6 furlong Trackside Tuesday. We'll go for this. If I'm on my next stream or YouTube or whatever the hell this is, and, we're watching and we didn't look at the Trackside Tuesday result, that's because we got booted. And we could get booted because this horse has not ran great so far. So, anyway, 6 furlong, 20%. Okay, that's it. Keeping it real short this time. Going to keep keeping it short. Let's hope we get a win on one of these at some point so we can advance to the next level of race selection. But that is episode 3 in the books. IMO NFA GFY.